test match at Headingley between Great Britain and New Zealand. And what a surprise at half-time. New Zealand, the underdogs, leading by 14 points to 8. The second half has just started. The commentator, Eddie Waring.
And with New Zealand surprisingly in the lead, but deservedly, I'd say. They played brilliant football. From being 8-2 down, they are 14-8 up. And it's going to be a Herculean effort by Great Britain to rub out some of these points. Murphy dropped it, and the handling of Great Britain has been very difficult to understand. The ball is probably greasy, but not so greasy to be dropping passes. Brilliant try by Murphy in the first half. And the slowness of Turner there, but Lee and Mel Cook, it must be Barry Lee, is going to be spoken to by the referee. Barry Lee, number 19, second row forward, and it's a penalty. At this moment, Great Britain are not looking quite the lively self that they were in the opening stages when they got up the 8 points. Brilliant try by Boston, individual try by Murphy, and Rhodes' one goal. But then a great fight back by New Zealand, and there we are with 14-8. Well, there's the tight scrum. You can see them not going to let each other out of the scrum quickly, but it's Murphy in possession. Bolton, Murphy again. Murphy dropped in, not a knock-on. He knocked it back, but Hollis knocked it, and it's a chance for Robin Bailey's missed it. Eric Ashton, the skipper. It's a long one to Austin Rhodes, the full-back. The escape, and Austin Rhodes has dropped it. Whoa, wait. And they've got the ball. Well, these Kiwis are certainly a lively bunch of Kiwi kids this afternoon. Cook, two Cooks, no relation, Fagan, the full-back. He's kicked 4 goals. And he's met Billy Boston en route. Bond. And you see how they're moving it around. Mango Emery, the New Zealand All Black. Butterfield to Cook, the centre. It's dropped. That's where is referee Clay. Yes, all right, it's Great Britain. Great Britain ball. Dick Huddart. So far, the long ranging runs of Huddart and Edgar have not materialised. There, and with 5 minutes gone in the second half, Great Britain 8, New Zealand 14. Each side scored 2 tries. It's the goals that's making the difference. Halfway line. Brian McTighe. And if Great Britain were to lose this test, I can imagine changes for the next test. Dick Huddart, the Cumbrian. Going away, Dick Huddart. He's got to turn inside if he can, but Brian Lee, Brian Lee, number 19, is quite a lively boy. And it's a penalty. Terry O'Grady picks it up. It's about the only time he's picked it up this afternoon. And it's penalty to Great Britain. And what's Eric Ashton going to do? I think he's going to... I think Eric Ashton is going to put it into touch. Is he? He was going to try, but he didn't. And this crowd are very, well, I wouldn't say hostile to Great Britain, but they certainly supported New Zealand with a vengeance. Some of the loudest cheers of the afternoon have been for the New Zealand efforts. The ball's got to be dropped from the 25 line because he forced the dead ball, and it's Reg Cook to kick straight to Derek Turner. Wakefield Trinity skipper. Another case of drops here. Playing soccer now. And the crowd are giving the Great Britain team quite a roasting at the moment. Cook, Snowden, a floor tiler. He spends a lot of time on the floor, does this lad. Emery. This Maori boy is a very strong player. He usually goes with his head down. Bond. Edwards, scorer of one of the tries. Cook Snowden. And they're certainly moving the ball about. Backing up like anything of these Kiwis. Keep the ball possession. They're not dropping the passes this afternoon. Hammond, the skipper. Oh, tackled by Billy Boston, the Welshman. A crowd of Welshmen from around Ogmore Vale. I met in the stand. Oh, give it a kick in, and the ball wasn't there. Roger Bailey. Always play the ball back, except when you're near their line, and Hatfield did that. Don Hammond, the skipper. Hatfield tapped it forward and dived over for a try. Emery, see how he gets his head down. And Great Britain are having to do a lot of tackling at the moment, and that's going to take it out of it in the last 20 minutes, when I think the New Zealanders are much, well, they're a fitter side. I won't say much fitter, but they're a fitter side. Snowden to Cook. Murphy and Rhodes were injured in the first half, but they're back on the field, and it's 13 each. And away goes Lee looking for support. He's got to go on his own, and he nearly does. He gets it inside to Edwards. Edwards to Cook. Cook to Bailey, and Bailey to Reedy. And Reedy in for a try, and Reedy, the winger's in for a very good try, and the crowd are going quite mad about this. This kind of ball handling by New Zealand, and young Reedy gets a very important try, which might sound the death note for Great Britain in this match. We shall see. 17-8, something that I'm sure even the most rabid New Zealand supporter expected to find at this stage of the game. 9 minutes gone in the second half, and it's 17 points to 8 for New Zealand, and there's the goal post, and it's a good job I'm not sitting on that one now. It's there's Fagan, and he takes an awfully slow walk back. He takes an awfully slow walk back. He goes slowly forward, and right in the middle, 19 points to 8 for New Zealand, with 10 minutes gone in the second half. Well, there's the kicker, Fagan. 5 goals this afternoon, and very important goals indeed. Well, now then, what's Great Britain going to do? The last time New Zealand played here, they beat Great Britain 25 points to 13 and 28 points to 13. And there's still a lot of football in this New Zealand side, and of course, naturally, a lot of encouragement. Who would be with a lead that they've got? They've come very good in the last 20 minutes, running over those Ilkley Moors, have got their legs fit and stubborn for any hard tackling. Cook, Don Hammond, the captain, was nearly dropped. There was a doubt whether Don would play. Snowden, Bond, Bailey, Cook, and Tommy Hatfield, a great winger. Oh, and Cook and Bailey. Oh, brilliant football. Kicking the turf up as they go, but it's a forward pass. Got to come back, but the crowd's appreciative of their passing the ball and throwing it about. And now we'll have a look at this pack. There's the might, 47 stone in the New Zealand front row. Who's got it? It doesn't matter who's got it, the referee's blown, and it's a scrum down. Murphy to feed. Murphy's been a little quiet since he got injured. Oh, and Fagan inside, a good move. Bailey to Bond. Sam Edwards, a bushman from Auckland, right on the halfway line. Malker, oh, he's going to judge. Now, which way do you want him, under or over the line? And the tackler is getting penalised. There's referee Eric Clay, and no doubt for picking his legs up. He couldn't help it, could he? 12 minutes gone, and it's Great Britain 8, New Zealand 19. And it certainly isn't Great Britain's day. Eric Ashton will be wondering what to do about all this. Can he pull 11 points back? It's got to be the brilliance of Murphy to do it. Terry Grade has had very little to do. Boston's had about 1 run score to try. Eric Ashton to Hallis. And it's a penalty for a slip arm tackle where the referee is having a word with Cook and Lee. There's Lee, Cook number 7. Alex Murphy will kick for touch. And it's very well taken, right in the corner. Right in the corner, come round, there we are. 10 yards inside. The scrum must be always on the 10 yards mark. Now. Good ball. Great Britain. Murphy trying to dive over from the play ball, only about 2 yards. Great Britain need a try here to bring them really back into the game. Can Hallis go down the middle? Hallis is still going, but can't go very far without his legs. It's a good position. But Bolton can't get away from his opposite, Bond. Edgar, Huddett. And have you noticed where they always slide down the legs and finish with their tackle around their ankles? Barton. Oh, and what about pass? Boston. Now, Boston not had much of a run. And they're not going to get much of a run, as someone says. And the sun's shining, but it's shining for New Zealand at the moment. Murphy. Ankle tackles, but very effective. Get behind, play the ball. Huddett. And Huddett, and nobody wants it. Huddett going away. Huddett going on one of those long runs. Can he regain his balance? He's dropped it. Ashton's got a chance if he can get it out to Boston. Boston's one man to beat. Boston's into the corner. Boston's in for, is it? Yes. Billy Boston, after Huddett and Ashton had made it, right in the far corner. There's the scorer. And Billy Boston wants me to tell you that he's only 27 years of age. He doesn't consider that a veteran age. Well, Billy Boston, with 15 minutes gone, puts England on to the, well, in with a chance. Let's put it that way at the moment. .1911, quarter of an hour gone. That means there's exactly 30 minutes left for play. You can see on here to the spectator Austin Rhodes is. Well, there's the distance he's got to kick it, and it's got to go between those two uprights. The longest uprights in rugby league football, or probably any rugby football. Austin Rhodes, a good goal kicker, but not being good today. Well, and he wasn't good there either. So 1911, 30 minutes to go. Sorry, I missed it. I mean it. 25 minutes to go. Well, now this next 5 minutes, I think, is going to be possibly, or next 10 minutes, maybe the deciding factor of this match. 8 points, 2 tries and 2 goals, and Britain will be in front. But so far, they haven't looked like being on top for any real length of time. 1911, Brian McTighe, the wonderful ball purveyor. Gets as many men round him before he passes to Brian Edgar, a Cumbrian. Haven't seen Edgar a lot today. Oh, it's a long pass to Ashton. He's taken it inside to Hallis. Hallis is a local lead boy. So he gets a few extra cheers. But the cheers have been put in. Oh, and Bond spins the ball. Manga Emery. Oh, interception. No, it's come off, fortunately for Emery. Murphy nearly jumped to get it. He did jump, but nearly got it. Mulcook. And a kick. Unusual thing. And a good kick by Hammond. Right into the heart of the English defence. Great Britain defence. 25 line. 1911 for the visitors. And what a performance this will be if they go with a victory against Great Britain. Their keen tackling is so marked, a lively bunch of lads they are. Ashton. Ball loose. Ball, but and it's Cook. Cook's a chance for a try. Oh, he slipped. Oh, he's up. He's in. He's in. Mel Cook, the vice captain of the side, two goes at it, but he got it in the end. Well, there's Mel Cook, a happy lad without his teeth, but a happy lad, and one of the successors of this tour. No wonder he's blowing. It's harder than climbing post scoring tries, I should think, with that opposition. Well done, Cook, and it takes New Zealand past the 20 mark, 22 points to 11. Well, John Fagan, the fullback goal kicker. John is very interested in golf, hence his precision planting of the ball, and very slow walk back. Look how slowly he walks. It picks his legs up. There's the touch line. He's over the touch line. He's out of play now. He's back into play. And it's a very, very good goal indeed. Well, there's the kicker who's been a very successful goal kicker this afternoon, John Fagan. 21 minutes left for play. And New Zealand are 24 and Great Britain are 11. Bolton. And this is scrum down because the ball went into touch off the player. Had he gone straight in, it would have been a scrum back on the halfway line. Well, there's the 48-stone front three of New Zealand against the 50-stone front three of Great Britain. Murphy, can he get into his stride? Bolton. Oh. Bit of a high tackle. Come on, let him play it. Turner, a long one to Huddart, a long one to Murphy. Tighe, still going, and he's lost the ball. Well, with exactly halfway through the second half, New Zealand at 24, Great Britain at 11, and away goes Donny Hammond, the skipper, bashing his head around inside to Cook. Cook's got Bond inside him. Bond's got Snowden with him, and still he goes. Snowden still running. Cook's into the corner as he's turning back into Snowden. And almost through, but good defensive work by Great Britain. Good cover work. Butterfield, the hooker. Mel Cook, the last scorer. Eric Ashton, interception. Well, if Eric could have got away there to get Boston a run, we might have seen some Boston fireworks. There is Boston, with the attention of three. Which way do you want him? Turner. Egger still striding. He's got 35 yards to run. Well, it must be a penalty. Penalty to Great Britain for New Zealand kicking before they get a chance to play the ball. And a very slow play the ball too, but it's retained possession for Great Britain. Long one to Huddart. Again, the sun is coming out, but it's New Zealand who are on top. Terry O'Grady has now, who's going to play that ball? How? Rick Ashton, can he get it to Boston inside, and he's still going inside to Boston, but Barton, his Wigan colleague, has got it, played it again. Murphy. Turner out into an overlap for Great Britain here. Turner must let the ball go. Hollis has got it. Sticking to the ball a little too much. Edgar to Rhodes. Losing ground with the pass in, and what a burying tackle by Emery. Edgar, Murphy, Barton. Tag. Sayre. Johnny Hammond, the captain, playing his best game on tour without any doubt. Bolton. Bolton trying to accelerate through the gap. Murphy. Inside to Ashton, a nice slip pass. Ashton to Boston. Oh, and a great tackle by Fagan with Boston in full stride. That takes some doing, but it's a chance for Great Britain. McTighe can't get his pass in, he usually does. He has done. Barton, can he push them over? That's the one way he might get over. Right under the post. Bolton, accelerate on your own. Oh, Murphy, a bad pass. Ashton's over, but it won't be a try. Knock on. Ashton, the skipper, no doubt a very worried man with his team down 24-11. And what have we got left for play? We've just 16 minutes left for play. Three points for a try, 2 points for a goal, and it's Murphy down. Well, there it is, Murphy. Quick, come across with it. Oh, it's Hallis down on his knees. Rhodes, Austin Rhodes, full back. Bolton. Well, they're certainly passing the ball about, but not getting very far with it. O'Grady's got to go on his own, he must. And O'Grady's left it. And this is a chance for New Zealand. Away goes Lee inside to Tommy Hatfield. Well taken, well pushed off, and intercepted by Austin Rhodes. And Fagan full-back tackled Rhodes full-back. And the New Zealanders have still a lot of fitness in them. Billy Boston coming to the centre, coming to the middle. Edgar, Brian Edgar. And it's a penalty for Great Britain, for Bond, who's going to get a word of warning from the referee for not allowing the Great Britain player to play the ball. And Lee is injured. And a little to our left, Eric Clay is walking to see the injured player. There is the boy on the ground, Brian Lee. Brian Lee, the second row forward. It looks like his knee. Well, I hope nobody has to go off, but no, he's staying on. He didn't even need the magic sponge. Alec Murphy kicking on our side of the field for well kicked. $13 points to make up. Can Great Britain do it? At a point a minute, they could. But the signs are that New Zealand have still a lot of football ability in them and a very fit side. I would have thought there might have been offside. Now, who's... Oh, he's offside. He is. I thought the other part was offside. Oh, he's given a penalty against Derek Turner. Talking to Derek Turner, number 13, I think for kicking. He wouldn't talk to him for being offside, it would be for kicking. And nobody, Eric Clay doesn't like anyone to talk back to him. Call him Sergeant Major in the inner circles. He's got a twist on the ball, straight to Terry O'Grady. Terry is nearly lost sight of the ball. Oh. Tanner. Hallis and Boston is now back. I thought Boston to go. Oh, it's an interception. Murphy playing it back to Brian McTighe. Dick Huddard, can he get down the middle? You remember Dick Huddard possibly in the Wembley Cup final with those long runs down the middle. 12 minutes left for play. And it's Great Britain 11, New Zealand 24. And David Bolton is hurt. And then comes Paddy Armour, the Great Britain physiotherapist. And there's number 6, Davy Bolton from Wigan. David Bolton broke his collarbone in a test match in Australia in '58 and is really making a comeback instead of Frank Myler, who played in the World Cup. Somebody in the crowd says, take him off. Well, David stays on. He's limping badly. And somebody, oh yes, Brian Lee's getting a strapping on his foot. So if you see a man in white around the feet, it's Brian Lee. That's Mal Cook loose forward. Not in, out to New Zealand. They're getting the ball better too than what I thought. Oh, away goes Mal Cook, the loose forward dumb in. Oh, it must be a forward pass. Well, it's amazing to me how New Zealand have got the ball. They probably are tight. I look at the scrum here with the Maori front three. There's the New Zealand playing in their dark traditional jerseys. There, the New Zealand, the Maori boy, number 23, Edwards. Murphy trying to stride away. Number of tackles that have been made around the bootlaces. Ashton. Alice. I really ought to give you the names of the tacklers all the time because they're going straight into the defensive play of the New Zealand Barton. 10 minutes left and it's Great Britain behind by 13 points. Boston on the burst. Boston on the burst, and that's something. Well tackled Fagan. This boy Fagan had a very good game indeed. Not the fastest of men, but he's a pretty safe tackler. It's a long one. New Zealand are covering. Ashton's going on his own inside to Hallis. Can Hallis come off it? Oh, and another tackle by Fagan. Well, Great Britain are putting on the strength now. Now this is a chance for Huddar to go on his own. Well, this is the greatest tackling lesson any youngster could want to see by the New Zealanders. Round the leg, and Murphy's going in, is he? No, Murphy's passed it and he's lost it. Right on the line. I thought Murphy was over. Nobody supporting him. And it's relieved the pleasure because Austin Rhodes is well up with the ball, well up with the play, and he's having to go back for it. And he's been tackled by Reedy nearly. Yes. Well, what a relief from 15 yards inside the Great Britain half from under the post. And what an awful lot of running Great Britain's had to do to come back. And to run all that way takes a lot of the breath out of you. And this crowd are certainly very pro-New Zealand. I wonder if it's because there's only one Leeds player in the side. You never can tell with football crowds. McTighe, Dumin. Well, how many points deficiency down? 8 minutes left. Edgar, Brian Edgar. Edgar's his surname. Cumberland captain, another Cumbrian, Dick Huddard. Lancaster, Eric Ashton, and Hallis is right into the arms of the receiving committee. Well, he must let the ball go. Sayre let it go to Eric Ashton. Ashton still doing. Sayre still going, is it? Well, if he gets his pedals going. Well, the New Zealanders have been called amateurs. But for amateurs, they're very good professionals. Inside to Edgar. 10 yards out. Great Britain want to try here badly. Barden, he's got to push his way over if he can. Right in the shadow of the posts. 7 minutes left for play. Dick Huddart must go in. He mustn't, he isn't. He'll only be inches off, and he's about 6'1". His Dick, he could have dived the rest. And Great Britain have lost the ball again. Well, 2 long spells of attacking, nothing to show for it, and it's New Zealand saving the day and the ball in touch. And it's a penalty for New Zealand for kicking to the play of the ball. Well, there's one thing certain, this test series between Great Britain and New Zealand is going to be wide open and a great lot of interest now, because Great Britain must win the next test to keep the thing for the 3rd test, and the ball's coming to us. But it's just gone over the top, thank goodness, and it's Great Britain 11, New Zealand 24. 6 minutes left for play. Well, I think I was probably one of 2 people who gave New Zealand any chance at all. They certainly come up to more than expectations. Murphy on his own, but he's got to pass the ball. Hallis. Ashton. Boston to Turner to Murphy on the burst. Murphy dancing and dodging like a ballet dancer. Oh, they're an extra man if they let the ball go. And David Bolton's dropped it. Fagan's got it. Inside to Donny Hammond. Outside to Tommy Hatfield. Tommy Hatfield, very strong right winger, got a very good try at an important time. And with 5 minutes left for play, Donny Hammond, the captain, Donny Hammond shakes his head in. He nearly lost it then. Shakes his head in. An effort to get through. Emery, he ducks his head. Butterfield, Bond through his legs. But it's not a knock on. Snowden. And the ball is loose. And Great Britain have it. Barton, a short one to McTighe, and Great Britain look a tired lot at the moment. Bolton to Hallis, the crowded, and Hallis has left it behind him. And typical of number 12, Bond, keeping the ball going to the last. And there's Brian Lee, who was injured with his strapping, or what it was. Yes, he's not going to go for that. 4 minutes left for play. Bond, there could be another try from New Zealand. Four tries New Zealand, 3 tries Great Britain. Reedy, but it's got to come back. Scrum down, and we'll see who gets this ball, because I have a feeling that New Zealand have been getting far more ball possession than one would expect them to do in a match of this description. Well, there's the scrum. Eventually, Snowden will put the ball in. It's in. And it's out to New Zealand, but it's a penalty, because penalty to Great Britain, I think possibly handing out or putting his own feet. There's only about 33 infringements round the scrum, so it was one of them anyway. 3 minutes left for play. Murphy kicks for touch. We have had one or probably 2 injury breaks, but not for long duration. Well, there's the touch judge with the flag up. Can Britain bring back 1 try? That, I would think, is their last chance, or very near the last chance. Murphy out to O, and it's a bad one, Alec. Bolton got it. Boston coming in seeking work. Alice. Terry O'Grady, number 5, taking the dummy half. He'll see a little of the ball that he's got him for it. Oh dear, didn't anybody want it? And away goes Reedy. Boston's chasing him. A brilliant tackle, a brilliant ball taken by Snowden. And well, that's the type of play that New Zealand have been giving us. Right to the last, and they're in for a try. Is it? Yes, it's a try to Donny Hammond with 2 minutes left for play. Donny Hammond, who was nearly dropped from this team because he's not had a great season, has restored all his own confidence in his team manager with a try at the end of this. Donny Hammond, who's now sporting a moustache. Well, what brilliant football. Well, from Great Britain possession, bad passing on there in the New Zealand 25 line, right down to the other side of the field. 27-11. Well, the crowd give the New Zealanders the ovation they deserve. And Fagan, who has kicked 6 goals, there he is, right on the touchline side. The little fellow in the cap could probably hold it for him if it fell over. 1 minute left, and he's not going to hurry. He never does, but he can kick goals. If he kicks this, it'll be a beauty. And it's a beauty! Well, no wonder he's a very happy man, is John Fagan, this fullback who has done an awful lot on this tour, never done anything better than that. Well, this score is very near to what New Zealand did here on their last trip. 28-13 then, 29-11 now. And no doubt in their worthiness of this success. And it will certainly make their tour complete, whatever happens to the Test series. There's 2 to go, of course. Certainly it will make the Test an interesting possibility for them, even if they lose the next. Well, according to our timekeeper, it's extra time. We're playing in injury time. And away goes this fella, Donny Hammond. And they're all wanting the ball. I mean, all New Zealand players. Well, they've started to learn Maori songs, the non-Maoris. They can sing Ilkli Mo Bartat in Maori language, and believe you me, that's something, and I'll bet he gets a bashing tonight. Mel Cook. And what? Snowden to Bond. Well, it's certainly a dramatic match for New Zealand to come and beat the mighty. Knocked on, can Bolton go and score a last-minute try? Extra time try. New Zealand has scored almost before it was 3 o'clock. Kick-off seconds early, possibly, and they'd scored in the first 30 seconds. May score after time should have been called. Eric Ashton. Well taken, Brian Egger, but couldn't get it away. Tag. Well, we're well into extra time according to our timing. Tag. Short one, the long one into Barton. Well, the referee has not yet looked at his watch, but certainly we have. The longer we play this match, I don't think it's going to prove anything beyond that one or two of these players. And there, I think the whistle goes for time, and it's a very greatly elated New Zealand crowd jumping up and down, and a very, very sporting crowd giving them a great handshake and a clap as they rush on.